I heard from a friend there's supposed to be a few special things, so I hope to actually prove him right and say there's something here for that a lot of people want. So, of course, spending the engram. Whoa, what was that I just got? Pragmat Harrier. I feel like I recognize that ship. Hang on, what does that look like? Come on, load. It actually looks pretty cool. I remember seeing that. That actually does look pretty cool. I might put that on a character, although that might be just staying on my Titan. So, to put it in the front page, we have the Gong Show for Silver, which is an emote new to this season, if somebody wants it. Can't say if it makes noise or not, just because I have noises off, but then again, it might be another one of those noise-making emotes, so it might be quite annoying. Then, into the rest of the things, we have Laguna Cruiser, a shader from Season of the Hunt, which is a pretty solid looking one. It's a little blue metallic, even though it doesn't really have any of the other colors that it says it has, but you know, gotta make it work. We must have Dreaming Shimmer, a transmat from this season, which if I recall is sort of like a stasis slow transmat, sort of. It's hard to say just because, you know, it's not Dreaming City really, which is what it makes me think. Then a ship, we have Giantess Carrier from Season of the Chosen, which is basically just a big, chunky ship. Not much else to it. And then we also have Hit the Bag, a emote from Season of the Worthy, Season 10, which is pretty much just this, like, a lot, until you stop it, which, you know, knock out the bag. And then, moving into the main dust store to figure out whether or not we're right or not. We have Vibrant Medusa, a shader from Season of the Worthy, a pretty solid green one. A little bit better on guns, can work on armor, but, you know, I'd recommend the guns just because there's more black and more green highlights than just straight up green. And because there are better just general green shaders. Then we have Neopop Wave, a metallic Damascus look, which is an odd color combination of a cyan, turquoise, and pink. But then again, it does oddly work. It works on weapons. Like, it honestly does work on weapons. Armor is real specific. Then we also have Shattered Sinew from 30th Anniversary. It's basically a white on the outside, red underneath look, which does look pretty decent if you wish to set up your gear in a certain sort of way. But, you know, of course, shader is based on the eye of the beholder. Then we also have Archit Terratorn, which is something we just had last week, which it looks pretty good depending on the gun and the shader. Like my gun, it's got a nice little red marks on it, but then I put on armor where I was most excited, and the glow is red, but literally nothing else is red. So it's hard to say whether or not it's worth it over things like Carbon Blood. Then for transmats, we have the Dominus Gall effects, which is popping out like the fiery Firebird he was at the end of the campaign. Then we have Only the Finest from Black Armory, which it's hard to say what this is supposed to be, but it's, you know, it's sparking purple. Then we also have Catch Flight Entrance from Season of the Hunt, which is, you know, you spawning out of a catch. Now, into the big ticket items. It seems that he was right, that the Hatchling Huddle from this season is available for Bright Dust. So if you wish to give some love to the little smallin', now is the time to do it, which I might as well pick it up since I have the Glimmer for it. Then we also have Metropolis Shell from Season of the Chosen, which is, you know, a pretty cool looking shell if you wish it. But then as well, Skiff Scooter we have for this one. This is new to this season. Looks pretty cool because it's basically just a catch scooter, but it's hard to say if it cleans up at all just because, you know, at the same time, sparrows are sparrows, pretty boring trail and that sort of thing. We also have Metropolitan Frigate from Season of the Chosen, which is a pretty solid look. It's pretty simple. It reminds me a lot of the Hake ship I think we got from Duality and simplicity, but, you know, it's a space-sparing ship. Not really fancy. Then we also have Lordly Homage for Titan specifically, and I will jump to other characters to see what it is, but this is a Doomfang Pauldron ornament, second to the Warbeast skin looking one in my opinion, but, you know, still a decent enough look. And we also have Directive Crash for the SIVA ornament for Sleeper Simulant. Probably the best ornament it's got today. It's gotten the nice white and red one. Then we also have the boring Baikonur one, which just makes it green. And then we have this one, which SIVAifies it, which always is welcome for all of my guns. Then, as usual, as lastly, we have the thumbs up projection, which I'm giving a thumbs down. But, of course, onto the other characters. Now for Hunters, they have from Season of the Opulent Blued Steel for Shards of Galanor, which is a pretty solid look. It actually gives color to Galanor, because if I recall, in its base form, it doesn't shader well. Plus, it's got that nice little molten look underneath it. It definitely brings the eyes up to the gauntlets. And plus, you know, covered in molten blades. That looks awesome. But then, of course, we always have to check with the fellow Warlocks. So for the Warlocks, we have Dead of Winter for Winter's Guile, which I gotta admit was one of the not so great ones because, you know, it's only on one arm and that sort of thing, and does give you a nice little frosty look, and it was frost before stasis, but hang on. Let's actually look at something. Exotics, armor, Warlock, Winter's Guile. So basically, this is what it looked like base. You have a kind of frayed out Warlock look for the base, and then this one comes on and it just covers it in ice. But then, at the same time, how many people are actually using Winter's Guile nowadays? I know it's pretty much, what's it called? Worm Gods for the Warlocks, but at the same time, who does Warlock melees? With that, my name is Matt Scorpion. That has been the Eververse store, and if there's anything in there that you want, get it now. It'll be gone exactly next week on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, American. So, if you want anything, get it before it's gone, because you might not be able to get it ever again. At least until the next 2 seasons. That being said, I'll see you in the next video.